Well, good day to you. It's Erin Esser, and it is April 22nd of 2023. It's been a few days since I have shared with you, and I believe it was the day of the eclipse. Maybe no, it was the day before the eclipse. So just checking in. How is everyone doing? Um, yeah, it's been interesting energy. And I just really wanted to bring you today with morning minutes um, that where we're at and where we've been at and how we're progressing along this. I find it interesting the energy on the day of the eclipse, which was Wednesday night into Thursday morning, depending on where you're at in the world. It was right around midnight Eastern time, Eastern United States time. So on that day, the energy was basically the how I interpreted it was basically how staying grounded, and when we can navigate the earthly realm, this 3D realm, whatever we want to call it, right? When we can navigate that space, that is literally the path to our our growth. And it's not about leaving this earth. It's not about trying to not have these things to do, like the daily things, but it's how do we navigate our daily ins and outs, right? And can we stay grounded in that? And the thing that I think about is, and I don't remember now who this was. It was um, some monk or something. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. But I remember this years ago, and how he was. This man was like a dishwasher. I didn't know him personally. This was, and I don't even know if this is actually true, but I just remember hearing it years ago. Um, that even like as this man was washing dishes, like he brought in the spiritual into the physical realm, right? So he didn't bypass the physical, thinking that it was mundane to do the physical, um, and that it didn't matter. He transcended, like he there was this mutation within himself um to know that the physical, that it represented something deeper, that he could bring a sense of magic, a sense of um a higher awareness, just a different energy, right? And I've thought about this over the last few days as well too, how the energy of the physical, of the day-to-day stuff, when we clean our home or clean our car or brush our teeth, or the things that we have to do, cook our food. When what energy are we doing it, right? And it's the realization that every little step that we take within the physical realm, and the energy in which we're doing it, is leading us to this amazing journey within our lives. And it is it's like the leaving of the separation of the physical and the spiritual, bridging them together. And and I can feed my chickens, and it's a spiritual and a physical endeavor all at the same time. But it's up to me to choose the energy that I want to be in when I'm doing that, or when I'm gardening, or when I'm cleaning my kitchen. Last night I was up until almost 11 o'clock. Um, and I just got into this space of like, I want to clean my kitchen because it's nourishing for not only myself, but for my family. And I love to wake up to a clean kitchen. It's just a beautiful start to my day. And so I thought, okay, this can be, instead of doing it begrudgingly, instead of like doing it like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this. Like it's beneath me in a sense. It's a very entitled kind of attitude, I guess, or energy to be in it from that space. And I'm learning too. But this is the energy that I'm finding myself in. And as I read through the Sabian symbols, the ones that I haven't gotten to over these days that I haven't been on here, it's exactly how I'm, what I've been experiencing. Like I said, as I've started doing this, I'm experiencing the energy of the symbols, and so I find it really just fun to be able to see what just see life, my own life experience in this. And so the question I guess I have is, based on the journey that you've been on, what is this journey leading? Where is your path leading you to? What are you choosing every day, and how are you choosing to show up for it? What energy are you choosing to be in? It doesn't mean about being perfect. It doesn't mean about showing up in this, you know, energy of like, I'm so holy. Not any of that. That's not what I'm saying. But are we doing it from a heart space? Are we doing it from, eh, from a giving and what, why are we doing what we're doing? Basically, that's it. Why are we doing what we're doing, and in what energy are we doing it in? And is that leading us to our destiny, like our path, like our, that sounds so silly. Like when I said it like that, I don't mean it like our destiny, but like, is that leading you to the life that you really desire, to that your heart and your soul knows that it's here for? It's not about like, oh, I love this. I love to sit around the house and, just relax and do nothing all day. That's what I would, that's what I do. That's my heart's desire. No, it's not. Our heart's desire, our soul's desire, we're here to serve. We're here to be of service. We're here to be of service to ourselves and to each other as well. And you have your own unique way that you're doing it. So the path that you're on, the things that you're doing, are you able to bridge the gap between the physical realm, the day-to-day stuff, the stuff that maybe seems so monotonous, so freaking, boring and maybe beneath you, right? To really embracing it and saying, oh my gosh, like how can I engage in this in a different frequency, in a different state of being? Because that is what's leading you on your, that is what it is. It's the state of being that you're in is the precursor to where you're going. So that just came through right now. So that's really what this is. As I've been like talking about this, it's the state of being that you're doing everything in. That is how you're going to be able to tell where you're going. So if you are in a completely overwhelmed state, what is that for you? What beliefs are you holding on to? I know when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I've had some major breakthroughs recently, and one of them was around overwhelm because I had this belief around competency that I can't do it all. So I would take on so much just to, I think there was a place in me that was trying to prove to myself that I could take it on, that I could do it, right? To be competent. But it's not possible. None of us can do everything. So then I wasn't able to do it, especially new things, right? And then I would get so frustrated and so overwhelmed. And then I would just want to give up and not do anything. And it would just perpetuating this belief, and it would lack, my own confidence, competence, all of those things. And there's more to it than that, but that's basically the gist of it. I remember coming in one night after we had moved our chickens out, and I was like out chasing them, not chasing them. I was out trying to gather them up to go into the coop for like an hour the first night they're out there. And I remember like just feeling so frustrated. And the next day something had happened. I can't even remember what it was. And I came inside, and I normally would have been feeling very, disgruntled. However, I caught myself saying to myself, "Hey, you're going to figure this out." And I was like, "Whoa, wait a second!" Like I caught myself saying that, and it was really amazing how now that is the unconscious belief versus you're never going to get this figured out, and this is so hard and you can't do this, whatever it is. So what's the energy you're doing things in? Here's another example too. Like I've realized, like with the more experience that we're allowing ourselves to kind of dip our toes back in and go back in, the similar experiences, but doing them differently. Um, you know, what are you learning from that, right? And how are you showing up now differently? If you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting, right, a different result, it's not going to, right? You're just setting yourself up for failure. So this is really about taking stock in the energy of what you are living your life in. Every little thing from washing, the dishes, to cleaning off your counter, to getting dressed in the morning, to brushing your teeth, to actually, like, doing the things that you absolutely enjoy doing, right? Reading that book or watching that program that you love, or watching, or, getting in an amazing conversation with someone. It's all the same. And so the more you are congruent with yourself, between your heart and your mind in everything that you're doing, it is going to usher you in to the highest path that you can even imagine. So whatever's not allowing you to be in the energy of the highest vibrational state, no matter what you're doing, you've got to take a look at that. You've got to. There's no other way around it. And nobody can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And you've got to move your ego out of the way. And I don't view ego in a bad thing, but our ego is there to protect us, to say, like, no, that's not me. No, I don't resonate with that. No, you don't understand because of this. I have this, blah, 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 blah. That's our ego, because it's trying to keep us to stay the same. So you've got to push your edge, and you've got to challenge yourself. And the quality of your life right now is going to be how the quality of the questions that you can ask yourself around this, so that you can bring in the most beautiful energy in your life. And it's up to you. Only you can do it. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's so profound. So how you do one thing is basically goes back to that, which I used to completely scoff at, that saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I'm going to rephrase that a bit. The energy in which you wash your dishes has got to be the same energy in which you go to church, or you go to meditation, or you go to yoga, or you are, with your partner that you adore. It's got to be the same energy, because there's no more room for division within ourselves anymore. And the ones that stay divided within themselves are going to be completely continuing in this karmic looping cycle. So that's my message today. Take it for whatever it's worth for you. Apply it to your life in the way that you see fit. That is your medicine for you. And I will be here next time. So have a beautiful rest of your day, wherever you are at in the world, and whenever you are watching this. Bye.